Welcome back, everyone, to episode 20 of my Alvin and the Bradys series. I'm going to cover, some other details here. Anyway, there was an Alvin show segment called Hillbilly Son, and it was Dave's cousin. His name was Chuck Wagon. And this episode was about, the chipmunks wanted to find his calling, he was very clumsy, but finally he did find something he was good at and didn't even realize it. He was good at playing the guitar, playing music, because they thought, Theodore's radio was on in that segment. So, anyway, similarly in the Brady Bunch, in the very last season 5. Anyway, their cousin Oliver comes to live with them, and that's Carol's nephew. So he's a little 9-year-old boy. He's younger than all the Brady kids, and he was another, he was basically another Brady, and this was basically the turning point of the series, when he came, and when he first moved in, in that episode, Welcome Aboard, he's not a very shy person, but, he's shown to be, very clumsy, and he broke one of Mike Brady's designs with the basketball, and he got caught on Carol Brady's knitting scarf, and he spilled ketchup all over Greg, and there's a lot of mishaps, and but finally, they wanted to go to a movie. Anyway, they wanted to go to this movie, this filming of a real old movie, and they didn't want Oliver to come around, but if Oliver wasn't gonna go, then none of the Bradys were gonna go, and so but Bobby was upset about that, because he really wanted to go to that movie where they were filming the old movies. But, turns out since they brought Oliver along, they were very lucky. They actually got to, be in the movie, I think, because of that, and instead of just watching it. So, that's some similarities, and also I should make note of the Alvin and the Chipmunks, from the 80s, the 1980s series. It was one of the very first episodes from season 1. It was called Dave's getting married, and actually person, the person who Dave was actually like going steady with, her name was Marcia. Yeah, funny to say. She was also, mentioned in the episode, the other episode, also from season 6, Ground the Chipmunk, where Alvin, has to stay home, and, so anyway, he's been going steady with Marcia, and the boy, I guess the boys, I guess, there were a lot of episodes where, when Dave would be like, when Dave would like go out seeing some like girlfriend or something, that would really upset the chipmunks, especially Alvin and Theodore, but I think more so Alvin, because he left the chipmunks alone for a long time, and Dave was pretty much their father, and they didn't want they didn't want. I guess they were uncomfortable about having another person in the house. And there were a lot of episodes like that, like middle-aged Davy, and I think there was one other, but I forget what it, or like trouble with Nanny, or yeah, and they got to the point, in that middle-aged Davy where they, thought they had to be orphans again, and kind of sad episode, but they weren't. But anyway, back to so anyway, when they first meet, Dave's girlfriend Marcia, you know, things are, when she comes over, there's like a little music video playing, and they really the boys really take a liking to her, Marcia, but things kind of go downhill after they go to the beach, because she introduces her three boys, which when they get to the beach, there's a lot of bickering between them, and and they're fighting over food in the van, and they go on a camping trip together, and it doesn't work out either, and they didn't like the boys, because Simon one of the boys accused Simon of kicking sand in his face because he slipped at the beach, and anyway, they do get married in that. They do try to get married in that episode, but Alvin calls it off because he wasn't comfortable with. I guess the chipmunks weren't comfortable with those three boys that Marcia had. But I think that was a reference, because that girl did. Dave's girlfriend really did look like Marcia. Marcia Brady a little bit. So yeah, but that wedding didn't happen because I think Alvin and one of Marcia's boys called it off, and kind of an unhappy ending, but kind of reminds me of first episode of the Brady Bunch, but Brady Bunch just seems to be a happier, more upbeat show. But I like both of those shows, so you know because the boys, because these all six of these kids can get along. And I think the chipmunks can get along with the chipettes better than they can with Marcia's three boys. Not Marcia Brady, but the Marcia who is Dave's girlfriend in the in season 6 of the '80s series on Alvin and the Chipmunks. So anyway, that's about it for episode 20. I hope you like it. Remember to comment, subscribe, whatever you have to do. So thanks everyone. Bye.